When the price of a new car goes up $15,000 in one hit, it really gets your attention. So is the new Mercedes-Benz C-300 worth all that extra money? Let's go and find out. The C-300 is the more expensive of two models launched so far in the new W206 C-Class sedan range, and it costs $90,400 before on-road costs. Its little brother, the new C200, went up $12,000 to nearly $79,000. So let's just put that in perspective. The C300 is $10,500 more expensive than its direct BMW rival, the 330i, and the long-range version of the Tesla Model 3. And don't forget, the electric car smashes the C-Class in the sales race these days. So what do you get for all that extra money in the new C-Class? Well, you get a car dressed in AMG kit, you get a car that's bigger in all exterior measures, and also offers more room inside. Under the bonnet, the C300 has a new to Australia 2-litre turbo petrol 4-cylinder engine driving to the rear wheels via a 9-speed auto. The new engine gets a torque bump with the help of a 48-volt mild hybrid system, but the official fuel consumption number actually rises a little. That's down to a tougher new testing protocol rather than the engine getting thirstier. Underneath the C-Class, there's a new suspension system, but it's already worth noting that two of the new car's big dynamic options, adaptive damping and rear wheel steering, have been temporarily deleted because of the microchip shortage caused by the COVID pandemic. The interior of the new C-Class has been fundamentally overhauled. In fact, the flagship Benz S-Class saloon is a fundamental influence over the design. Inside is where Benz is saying a lot of that extra $15,000 is justified. There's a new 12.3-inch digital instrument display and 11.9-inch digital touchscreen. Because Benz positions the automatic transmission shifter up on the steering column, there's plenty of storage space in the centre console of the new C300. There's also decent door pockets and a sizable glove box. The new C300 comes with Benz's second generation M-Bux infotainment system with voice recognition, and it's meant to be more intuitive than before. So let's give it a go. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
What's the meaning of life?
As the poet Tupac put it, life's a test, mistakes are lessons, but the gift of life is knowing that you have made a difference.
Being a luxury car of this price, it's no surprise the C300 comes fully kitted out in terms of infotainment. All the modern day essentials are here. At first glance, it all looks very complex from the driver's seat. There's so much screen and so much adjustability. The instrument panel rotates through multiple different looks. There are also multiple views offered to assist you with manoeuvring, including a 360-degree camera, active parking assist and front and rear parking sensors. One of the big equipment advantages the C300 has over the cheapest C200 is in the driver assist systems. Basically, it can be semi-autonomous in situations like freeway cruising, until the car demands you put your hands back on the steering wheel. The new C-Class has more headroom and knee room than its predecessor, but in terms of knee room especially, it's not super generous in here, adult behind adult. I think maybe these AMG sports seats that come standard in Australia encroach on knee room a little bit. There are seat back and door pockets back here, armrests and aircon vents, although there's no adjustment of temperature. More surprisingly, there are no USB or power outlets. The new C-Class's boot is no bigger than the old one at 455 litres, but split fold the rear seat and it expands to bicycle swallowing size. There are not a lot of features in the boot, but there is a lot of storage under the floor where a spare tyre might once have been found. By the way, the tyres fitted to the C300 are not run flats. So lots of tech, lots of talking points. Now let's go and find out if the new C300 drives like a $15,000 better car. Benz says the philosophy of the C-Class has changed a bit. Where the old car was more of a sports sedan, this one tries to be a bit of a mini-me S-Class, more comfort oriented. The trouble is, I'm not sure Benz has hit that bullseye with the new C-Class. The 300 badge used to mean pretty strong performance from the C-Class. In this guise, it's strong but by no means a monster. It can also have a bit of think time when you press the throttle before the engine and 9-speed auto get going. Because of the global microchip shortage, the new Benz C300 can't be optioned with adaptive dampers, for now at least. And the problem with that is the standard passive suspension is a bit brittle, especially at low speed. The adaptive dampers are better, but you can't get them. On smooth bitumen, this is a lovely, quite refined car to travel in, but on coarse bitumen, there's very obvious tyre roar, not befitting a luxury car like this. On the flip side, you can't get enough noise out of the engine even when you want it. It's just too distant. We'd love to hear some snap crackle from the engine. On test, the engine ended up averaging a little more than its 7.3 litre 100 kilometre official claim on a varied drive program. One thing's for sure, the mild hybrid system helps make fuel-saving stop-start and gliding functions surreptitious. We spend most of our time these days testing SUVs and utes, so it's lovely to get in a traditional sedan, sit down lower to the road and feel nice and connected. Obviously you don't have that command seating position that the high-rise utes and SUVs have, but at the same time it's a nice big glass house, easy to see out of. It's a very pleasant view. All up, driving the new C-Class comes across as a bit of a schizophrenic experience. Aggressive AMG looks, yet more relaxed demeanour, and the best dynamic package isn't actually available right now. The new C-Class comes with a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty. The service intervals are along 25,000 kilometres or 1 year. The official cap price Benz service plan is available over 3, 4 and 5 years. So, the official line from Benz is much of the huge price increase for the C300 comes from more kit and an increase in luxury car tax. It downplays the role of COVID impacts such as vastly increased shipping costs. It also rejects any linkage with its controversial recent shift to an agency sales model which sidelines dealers and discounts. It's also worth noting Benz increased the price of much of its range by thousands of dollars late in 2021. And that reflects price rises for many new car brands since COVID started impacting in 2020. But no new mainstream car sold in Australia has gone up that much in price in one hit. As impressive as the new C300 is, it's just not that much better than much cheaper opposition. If you're a Benz fan and a C-Class fan with money to spare, then sure, buy it. But if value enters your equation, then you're selling yourself short if you don't consider the alternatives.